I was really keen to speak to some children to find out what they thought about sharenting. Parents sharing things on social media, revealing personal information. There's never been so much personal information available online, and no wonder the internet is a perfect platform for sharing with friends, family, and in the workplace. Who do you think knows more about social media, you or your parents?
Us.
Confident?
Yeah. Parents are too old for technology.
I think teenagers know more because parents, they're not always into stuff.
But us children, we go to school daily and we might understand it.
I think my parents know more about social media because they have pretty much every social media platform.
Do you think that photos that are shared online are private, that people can't see them, or do you think that people can find them and see them?
People can find them unless they limit the photos to only their friends.
If you share anything with your family, you know who's going to see it. You know their identity, their name, their all their details and who they are. But if you share it publicly, there's millions and millions of people in this world that can see your picture.
Do you think if you put my name into Google, you'd find pictures of me?
Yeah, because
you're a lawyer.
Okay. So do you think you'd find photos perhaps of my social media though, from my non-work kind of persona that I potentially thought were private?
No,
yeah. Private, no.
If you put it on private and you didn't share it to the world, obviously we won't find it.
Because if you look on Google, you'll find photos of me. You'll find photos actually from my private social media. And the reason for that is because actually, even though I set them as private, some of my friends and other people didn't. You're right that when you're sharing things on social media, you should always try and limit it just to friends and family. You should always try and control where you share things. You should also think about what it is you're sharing. Could it be identified? Is this something I need to share immediately? Or could I wait 24 hours and post it later?
Do you know how to hack into people's accounts?
It depends. That's not something I'm allowed to do, and no one's really allowed to do. If you hack in someone's account, you are breaking the law in the UK. However, there are times when it's permissible. We often will try to hack into people's accounts to test their security with their permission. Do you think people can find out where you live from photos or content you post online?
People could see more your identity, and they'll think of stalking you or doing bad stuff to you.
I think social media can be dangerous. If you send a picture of just you randomly walking around, they'll assume you live around there and then they'll come and find you.
If you're in a shop and you post it and then someone else is in the same shop, if the kid is going to a toy aisle or something, they might get kidnapped by the person.
Your surroundings could completely give away your location.
Do you think your parents understand that as well as you do?
I think my parents didn't realise it could happen to them as well.
And it's sort of being hypocritical because you tell your children not to do things that you're doing yourself.
How many of you think that your parents have easy to guess passwords?
If you're a professional hacker and you do this every day, it will kind of be easier for you.
I already know my mom's password.
If you can guess what your parents' passwords are going to be, chances are that somebody else will be able to as well. Often things like having, a password be someone's date of birth, maybe even your names, means that they're then vulnerable to someone even taking over their social media accounts. Thank you very much for your questions, guys. That was really fun.